Hi guys, welcome back to the farm. So today I will show you how I'm planning to plant my fruit trees in the farm. Okay, so as we go along I'll show you where I'll place them, why I place them where I place them. Okay, to start with I have about 8 plants with me. I have different types of fruit trees. Okay, so I have a jackfruit here, a fig here. This is an orange tree. It is already starting to flower. Okay, and I have a sapote, I have water apple, and I have two different types of mango. Okay, and I want to let you guys know that most of these things are uh, grafted varieties. Okay, so that they're gonna start producing fruits really soon. They told me that in 2 to 3 years they should be they should start producing fruit. As you can see, this orange is already starting to produce flowers, so I think it's only a matter of time before it starts producing, good fruits. So uh, as we go along, I'll show you where I'm going to place it and what are the preparations you need to make before you plant a fruit tree. As you can see, there's a lot of grass, so before I plant any sort of a plant, I'll have to clear an area, dig a pit, and then put in some compost, and then put in the fruit tree. So let's go ahead and do that. So I've decided to put a fruit tree here, but before you can put the fruit tree, you'll have to make sure that this place is clean. Remove all the grass from that area, maybe for about like 2 feet in diameter, right? A big circle sort of a patch where you remove the grass, and then you dig the hole, and then you dig a pit, and then you put the plant. Okay, so I was thinking I'll put the jackfruit here because it's near the fence, because the jackfruit is going to grow to be a big tree, so it will have enough space to spread out. It can also, the canopy can maybe go a little bit out of the fence, but yeah, but I don't want to put it somewhere in the middle because then it'll be shading the other plants. So I decided that I'll put it near the fence. Okay, so first thing is I'll clear this place, and then I will dig the pit, and then I'll show you how I will plant the jackfruit. Okay. This particular spot doesn't have a lot of grass here, so compared to some of the other places, this place is a little bare, so I don't have to put in that much energy to remove the grass. Yeah, I think that is pretty much okay. So I'll go ahead and plant the jackfruit here. So before you plant the jackfruit, there are a few things that you have to keep in mind. One is that if you have like branches shooting off the side at the lower part of the plant, make sure you trim that off, because you don't want that, because you just want to leave the branches on the top so that the tree grows straight up and not maybe horizontally. So that is one thing that you have to keep in mind. So this plant had like a lot of side branches, so I made sure that I trimmed them off so that it doesn't take a lot of horizontal space. because otherwise then if there is a branch growing to the side, then that's gonna kind of maybe interfere with the growth of the other plants and the trees on the side. So that's one thing. Another thing is make sure you have a deep enough pit, and make sure the plant sits pretty deep in the pit, and then make sure you push the soil in. That's it. As simple as that. So yeah, this tree needs a little bit of support, so I will poke a stick on the side and tie it to that, so that it gets some mechanical support. Otherwise it's going to kind of bend over, so we don't want that. You need to give it some support until it can stand on its own. So that is another thing I'll have to do now. If you see, this place has like a lot of grass, but grass is actually good for the soil because the roots of the grass, they grow for kilometers. Some of the grass have really long roots, and what they do is they help in holding on to the soil so that when it rains, the soil is not washed away in the rain. So in a way, the grass is doing a great deal of service to the soil, but the thing is, if you have grass and you put a plant, it is a lot of maintenance because the grass is gonna, in a small way, will compete for the nutrients with the plant. So they say that clear the grass in the area that you're gonna plant the plant in, so that you eliminate the competition locally, right? So that's something that you have to do. And also another reason why you have to clear this patch before you can start digging, because if you don't clear the patch and then start digging, all that soil that you're going to dig is going to get lost in the mud. Then you'll have, it will get lost in the grass, and then you will not have enough soil to cover the plant. Like you put the plant, and then you will not have enough soil to close the pit. Right, so that's another thing. Right. So I'm going to put the fig here. It's also called the anjur. So if any one of you have seen the brown roundish sort of a dry fruit that you get in your supermarkets, those are called the anjurs. So anjur is it's healthy for you, I think, but it's certainly is very popular. So I'm going to put an anjur tree here, and anjur grows on the branch of the plant. It's not like mangoes, or it's not like you don't see it drooping, you see it on the branch. So if you haven't seen an anjur plant or a tree, you can look it up on Google. It's a nice plant to have. It has these really large leaves, as you can see, and a nice variety of fruit. Okay, so I think this is deep enough. There you go. Be careful when you're doing this, you don't want to hurt the plant. Right. I think that's good enough. I have an anjur. So I have an anjur tree. Particular mango is very special to me because this is something that we grew at home. So after we ate a mango, we threw it in the pot. We threw the seed in the pot and it grew. So for all that you know, it grew in the pot and it was there at my home, and so I thought I'll put it on the farm. Right, so this is to show that how easy it is to grow these trees and plants. Like you can go buy a kilogram of the kind of fruit that you like from the market, and after you eat it, you can just throw the seed in a pot or in a bag of compost, or if you have a mix of mud and compost, just put the seeds in there and the seeds will grow, and after that you can transplant them to another place where they will have the space to grow, right? So you don't have to spend a lot of money uh, buying the plants from the nursery, because some of these plants, they cost a bomb. I paid close to about like 250 bucks, 300 rupees per plant, uh, right? So it can be really expensive. So if you don't want to spend that extra money, this is the easy way to do it. Just buy the fruit that you like. After you eat it, just throw the seed in a bag of soil and compost, and when they grow, then you put it wherever you want to put it, right? So, but I'm really curious to know what kind of fruit this plant is going to produce, because the fruit that we ate was, I remember it was sweet, but the mangoes are not true to type, which means that whatever fruit you ate, it's not necessary that this plant, when it grows up and starts producing fruit, the fruit is going to be just exactly the same. it's not true to type. That is how they say it. So that is why they do grafting, right? Grafting is a whole technique where they produce the exact type of fruit they want. So I can graft another mango plant onto this maybe after it grows a little bit more, but I'm gonna just leave it like that. So let's see how it's gonna turn out. Yeah. Okay, so this is a water apple. I haven't seen this in the markets. I haven't seen this fruit in the market, but it's a really tasty fruit. Um, so I wanted to have one of these. Okay, this plant kind of looks a little rugged. The the leaves are all blackened, but I'm hoping that it will do good. So I've put it again close to the place where I plan to have my house, so that I can keep an eye on this plant also. Right, so good. So I have different varieties of fruits already. I have about eight different types. No, I have about eight different types, and there are so many more fruits that I have in my mind that I want to put here. So every time I come here, I probably carry a few if I can find them, and then put them where I want to put them. So over time, I think I'll have a good collection of fruits.